Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy T-Dub. What's blazing in sports? Guys, we are back with another episode in boxing as the world turns. Guys, we still do not know who Anthony Joshua, who he's going to fight. It does look like between Dillian Whyte versus Big Baby Miller. And guys, there's only one person to blame. Matter of fact, we can say two people. The main person, Anthony Joshua. The second person, Eddie Hearn. And in cases like this, guys, the fighters shouldn't take the blame like that because they should always be or appear to be game to fight anyone. As if money don't matter. And the promoter is the one that's supposed to take all the blame because they're the one that's trying to lowball people. But because of the words of Eddie Hearn, saying all offers go by Anthony Joshua, and approved by him, and even him saying that the offer he sent to Dillian Whyte was going to get rejected, that puts Anthony Joshua as the front runner, the person to get blamed for this. And now, that precious date and venue, April the 13th, Wembley Stadium, looks like it might be getting canceled. And even though they have upped the money than initially offered to Dillian Whyte, and now Dillian Whyte's like, listen, man, I need a longer training camp. Listen, I think we can get a deal done. We're closer in the ballpark, but I can't fight April the 13th. Or at least he is asking to push the date off. And big venues like that just can't move dates around. They plan their things out ahead of time. Ahead of time. See, what Anthony Joshua has done to himself is something that happened to many captains of ships. The people on there is tired of games. They're tired of the BS. And now he have a mutiny on his hands. He is told to walk the plank. Another example is, have you ever went to a basketball court and everybody wants to play, but the one guy has the basketball, He know he has a basketball, so he put all these rules in place. Well, I get the ball all the time. I get to pick him. You know, just making up all these rules that make just even playing the game with that particular person, ball or not, just not worth it. And I think that's exactly what's happening to Anthony Joshua. At first, it was Deontay Wilder. Even though a lot of people pointed it out, but there was a lot of people that still was in support of Deontay Wilder. Just sign it. Find your pen. But since Dillian Whyte came out and said something about the lowball offer, I don't think I heard anyone once say, find the pen, Dillian. Just sign it. Anthony Joshua was a damn good fighter. Good power. 2 Olympic golds. 3 of the 4 major belts. That was strategic movements by Eddie Hearn. I got to give Eddie props on that because he did make the right moves. Even though he overpaid people crazy, he made the right moves to position his player to be in front. I can't knock that. But once they got in front, it's what you do then. Okay, you made some good moves to get there. But now that you're there, you're not making the right moves. Now, the one thing or the one way that Anthony Joshua could have stayed in power, he could have been on the top of the pyramid. He probably could have been that puppet master that he put out there, which that didn't rub people the right way. You the puppet master? Think about it. Anybody that support that, you got to be a man's fan. You got to be full of toilet bowl shit. Because the right fights are not being made because one guy saying, I'm the top, I'm the biggest one, and I'm pulling everybody else's string. And that's acceptable? No, that's not acceptable. That's why he's getting what he's getting. That's why Deontay Wilder said, listen, I don't care about your basketball no more. I'll go to a different court. Tyson Fury, let's start our own game. Tyson Fury, like, you know what? Absolutely. After watching that guy try to control things like that, not take the insane amount of money offered to him, all right, Deontay Wilder, I'll join you. Let's start our own game. We don't need him. And that's what you got. And because the fight went the way it went between Wilder and Tyson Fury, because it was a controversial draw, right? Or just call it a draw. You may think Wilder won, you may thought Fury won, you may saw it as a draw. But because it ended in a draw, because Deontay Wilder did not knock Tyson Fury smooth out 2 or 3 rounds in, they have power. If Deontay Wilder would have done that, Joshua could have been like, no, you got to come fight me. Because Fury would have been eliminated. Dillian Whyte would have still been playing ball with Anthony Joshua. He'd have still been a little guy, you know, that hype man. That's crazy. He was a hype man for Anthony Joshua for a while. Yeah. Play our game. Yeah. Wilder, let's go. Let's go. And because it ended in a draw, and the people want to see that again, and Wilder and Fury's going to make crazy amount of money, guys, that took a lot of power out of Anthony Joshua's hands. So what Anthony thought of, and it was smart. Well, I got to try to make the fight happen with one of them guys now, because if I fight one of them, it leaves me power over the other one if I win. If he fights Wilder, he's undisputed. He has power over Fury. If he fights Fury, who people say they arguably beat Wilder and he's a linear champion, he feels he still has power over Deontay Wilder. But if he doesn't fight any one of those guys and they fight each other, he loses power. And now, if he cannot make a deal with Dillian Whyte, he's not going to have any more power than he have now over those guys. Them guys are going to be demanding 50-50. And to be honest, they are more popular. I'm just being honest. Anthony Joshua is more popular in the UK. But I think now, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, if you combine the USA... Hold on one second, guys. I should have charged this phone up, because I was just getting my bag. Hold on. I gave me that 5-second dim treatment. How can I turn this light on? Let's do this. Alright, I think it's still maybe going right now. That's crazy. I should have charged this up. I brought a charger out to the car. Alright, I don't know how much time I got left, but I better work really quick, because it just gave me some damn warnings. Joshua's probably going to fight Big Baby Miller next. Looks like everything is all but dead with Dillian Whyte. We really don't know how that's going to turn out. But if he fights Big Baby Miller, yes, on the bright side, it does introduce Joshua in the U.S. market, which will make him popular global a little bit more. But the two top dogs, honestly, the top dog in the division will probably be the winner between Wilder and Fury, depending on how they win. And honestly, if it's another good fight, they could go right into a third fight. We don't know. But guys, since I don't know if this is going live still or not. My phone went black on me. Do me a favor, please like, please subscribe. I will try to touch more on this subject later. I do have another video coming once I charge this phone up and take another break. Until then, this is your boy T-Dub. Here is what's blazing in sports.